Hey, future Christina here, just doing a little note at the beginning. We actually did several things on this day that we were filming, and when I got home and got editing, I decided to cut it into 3 different videos, so then the content would kind of be in what went matched with what. So I did Perry's Nut House first, and then I did the 2 state parks on this video, and then stay tuned for our lunch video to come after this. So what you're gonna see here are 2 really cool Maine state parks that we went to today. Moose Point State Park, as well as Fort Point State Park, if I got those correct. So stay tuned. Really, really nice state parks, and I would highly recommend either of them on your visit. Enjoy. Oh, since I didn't do an official opener, you guys know what to do. Grab yourselves a tasty treat and a beverage of your choice, and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside this vlog at all times. And while you're at it, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Also, check out Teddy's channel, Teddy's Treats and Tours on YouTube. Check out Hammocks to Coasters on Facebook and Instagram. And if you're into Facebook groups, like maybe you want to see additional fun from us, or share your own adventures or your own YouTube links or whatever, check us out on Facebook under Teddy's Tribe. All right, let's kick this off. Now we've made it to Moose Point State Park. Really affordable, even as a non-resident, to come in here, because I am now technically claiming Maine residency right now, but I don't have anything to prove it. But it's still only $5 for Teddy and I combined, so that's really affordable. So even as a non-resident, super cute. I mean, it's a small state park, not really camping here, but there's a nice picnic area. Nice, wait for me, sweetie. Nice restrooms, and he's ready for the playground, so I will get to you with a bit more. I don't want to get too close to film the other family, but I did want to show you there is a really, really nice playground, and right now it is still partially shaded, so we are going to hit that first. You gonna come down one of the slides, sweetheart?
But it might be a little hot. If I go...
No, they're in the shade. They're still be good right now, honey.
Well, what kind is hot?
Well, that's why it's good to hit it first. Ooh.
Are you pushing air?
Teddy's super excited. This is really a nice, like, little playground. Lots of different little slides, different little climbing mechanisms. Really is super nice. But yeah, I would say hit it in the morning during the hotter months while there's still some shade on it. It's like 10 o'clock a.m. right now, so it will eventually get a little bit hotter. Are you gonna come down that? Probably might be easier if you turn around and come up it, Teddy, honey. Yeah, I think come down the slide and then try climbing up it, maybe. Yeah, and Teddy's still kind of learning the climbing down part, so sometimes it's still easier if you climb up. Oh, I see, that's not a slide. See, I didn't even look at that closely, Teddy. I didn't realize that was a climbing mechanism. That's really cool. It is, it's like a climbing thing. But wow, I am not sure I've actually even ever been to this state park. I bet I have once in my life. It was a long time ago when I used to come to all of them. But nice picnic areas. There's a gazebo. There's also like some hiking, little minor hiking you can do. And then, yeah, what he's anxious for after playground is we're going to go down on the shore and go play in the water. Beautiful. Birch trees. Oh, I haven't really seen birch trees in forever, probably a year since I was home last year. They do have a nice set of swings here too. 2 of the young toddler.
I get scared to go down the slide.
I know.
I'm not.
You're not?
If that kid goes quickly, it'll be Davy.
So there are 2 toddler swings and 4 regular ones. Teddy's talking about the kid was scared of the slide. It's funny how they forget they once were as well. So really is a nice little playground. And of course, today's actually going to be an astronomically hot day for Maine considerations. Maine's actually under a heat advisory this afternoon, but man, if you were to get a breeze coming off the ocean right there, oh, even in the sun, this would be pretty lovely, especially certain months out of the year. Do you need help getting up in one? They're kind of actually tall for you.
What? I forgot to
That's okay, we can get him later. Teddy adopted his own little baby doll yesterday. His name is Chip. But actually, it's probably good we're not dragging Chip around right now, because knowing Teddy, he'd probably set him down somewhere and forget him. But yeah. Overall, especially that other family, they were so friendly too. We were chit-chatting with them. There's a picnic table right here by the playground. And as you can see, a lot of these picnic tables have the little charcoal grills. The restrooms were clean. I liked that they were individual stalls, so it makes it easy if you're going in as a mom to take your little ones in with you, or say you had someone disabled with you or elderly that you needed to assist. Plus, sometimes then it's just not worrying about how long the women's room line is or men's room line or whatever. So there's 3 stalls, all individual. They were super clean, flush toilets, sinks to wash your hands, all that. You're like Spidey and his amazing friends.
I like playing.
I'm glad you like playing, honey. I'm glad we could come do this adventure today. We'll play for like 5 more minutes and then we'll go see what else the park offers. Coming down his belly. He learned that from one of his little friends he made at a playground in Newport the other day. All right, couple more minutes, Bubba, and then we will move on.
Move on.
You want ready to move on? Okay.
And go to the water.
Yeah, you want to go to the water first? I also think there's a little hiking trail too. Just checked, no geocaches here in the park, but that doesn't surprise me. A lot of times you don't find geocaching done on like public lands like this. There is one up the road though that we might go hunt for when we leave here and we're headed to our next destination. There's like a hiking trail you can take that goes off that way, and there's a nice looking picnic table. Wow. That picnic table's got... Because that's a hike you can take if you come see the map. I can show you. What a nice little private picnic table down there. We don't have to, honey. I just wanted to read the sign.
I know.
Because especially where I deal with alpha-gal syndrome, I wanted to give the tick public service announcement. Not only is there Lyme disease, not only is there alpha-gal syndrome, which is like what I deal with, but they're even finding some other diseases right now that are tick-borne, some of them deadly. So please, when you are, and not just here in Maine, anywhere, especially up and down the East Coast. I mean, one of my big tick incidences actually happened off I-95 in North Florida at a rest area when I get into a nest of tick seeds, tick seed nest, so in the nymph stage. So just whenever I see this, I probably am going to give this public service announcement in a lot of my videos. See, it doesn't even list alpha-gal because alpha-gal is not really a virus, but the B one, babiosis, my aunt's friend just found out she had that, and she didn't know she had it. She found it out when she tried to donate blood, and when they tested her blood, the CDC contacted her and notified her. So yes, just please be mindful. A lot of stuff, and trust me, after having known for almost a year now that I have alpha-gal syndrome, it's not fun. Anyway, enough of the non-fun talk. I will show you the park map while I'm here, and I'm sorry for the glare off the protective glass. But as you can see, there's a nice little, that yellow trail. That's short, easy, would be a nice trail. But I do bet Teddy is anxious to play along the water today. So you never know, we might obviously come back and hike that trail another time. Quite a few nice picnic tables. This one, look, right on the water. You'd get a nice little ocean breeze. Nice bench sitting there too. I know, Teddy's excited. Come, Mom, come. There's stairs that go to the water, and it is calling a young Prince Theodore that hasn't seen ocean since he left Florida. It's funny because I'm a water sign. I'm Cancer. And Teddy was actually supposed to be born under the sun sign Cancer, but he had to come early for my health reasons and his. So he's actually technically a Gemini, but I tell you, that boy certainly acts like a water sign. Oh, tide's in a little bit, isn't it, Teddy? I didn't think to check tide charts which way it's going. Welcome to Penobscot Bay, part of the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, look, there's people paddleboarding out there, Teddy. So yeah, hiking's not gonna appeal to my boy right now. This is the whole reason we came to the coast today. Play amongst the rocks and the tide pools. Huh, Teddy?
You have to be careful with the rock.
Yeah, you have to be careful. Oh, red squirrel. Oops, I don't think I got him for you guys. Big fat red squirrel. He was big for red squirrel considerations. I see you. Oh, I tried to get him going across the stairs. I was gonna say it looks like tide's going out, I think. I'm guessing. We'll see how wet this is. Yeah, this is still pretty damp. Yeah, I'd say tide's going out. Or out and then soon to turn to come back in. Oh, here's my boy living his best life. And he's not wearing swim clothes per se, but he is wearing dry weave stuff that either will be pretty quick dry on him, or I do have clothes he can change into.
Come on in.
I didn't bring my Crocs, Teddy. Can you believe that? I forgot to stick my Crocs. Should I loop yours behind your ankle, honey? Probably I should. Let me loop yours behind your ankle. There, you looped Crocs. I took a few videos to either do as a short on his channel or a reel on our Instagram or Facebook. We're kind of sharing in Instagram and the Facebook page and group and everything right now.
I want to swap.
I see, just don't slip. Look at you splashing.
I want to stay down.
Okay. Yeah, this is so what he wanted. Splash, pick up rocks, toss rocks. There goes the seagull. Bye, Mr. Seagull. So calm right now. Are you having fun?
Okay.
Yeah, there is another kid here. Side note, it is like there's not hardly a breath coming off the water today, and foolishly, bad mistake, I left my hat up in the car. Not a good idea. Have like a shirt like Teddy's that covers your head and neck and ears and stuff, or do hat. Especially, probably a good idea out on the water like this would be a wide brimmed hat. Just mistake. Teddy does report to him. The water's a lot colder than the Keys. I thought that was funny. You gonna sit on that rock? Wow.
Oh, there it's clear again.
We have a bit of an interp sign here talking about the Upper Penobscot Bay, showing you the Penobscot River watershed and how it all, like a watershed, does come and drains into the ocean here. Showing you too what kinds of
over here.
industry happens here.
This is the beach.
Yep, you're showing the beach where there's tide pools and seaweeds, which are kind of ecosystems. Here is also talking, welcome to Moose Point State Park. Moose Point State Park was once the site of a dairy farm owned by the Carver family. In 1859, they began purchasing land, clearing it for a house, barns, 2 silos, and about 60 head of cattle. A fire in 1927 destroyed most of the buildings. In 1951, Clifford Carver offered the 183-acre property to the state of Maine to be used as a park. It opened in 1963. And it goes on to talk about what is special about Upper Penobscot Bay. Lots. This is a transitional area of the bay. Here, fresh water flowing from the vast Penobscot River system mixes with the incoming ocean tides from the Gulf of Maine. This turbulent mixture provides nutrients to fish and shellfish at all depths. Look across the bay to the southern tip of Sears Island. This is where the Penobscot River current enters the bay. Billions of gallons of fresh water flow each day from this huge watershed, which drains 1/4 of Maine's land area. The Penobscot River was formed by water from melting glaciers, which slowly eroded a valley into the bedrock below. The bay itself was created only about 7,000 years ago by rising oceans. The beach at Moose Point, with its hard granite rocks, is typical of the coast north of Cape Cod. Ooh, big bug, which has not eroded as much as the southern coast. The Penobscot Bay is a historically important fishing ground. About 70 species of fish and shellfish are harvested here on the surrounding ocean shelf, and the bay alone accounts for roughly 50% of the lobster catch for the entire state of Maine. The bay is also the gateway to the Penobscot River, the most productive Atlantic salmon river in the U.S., and one of the remaining hopes for this endangered fish. An ever-changing environment, the bay is home to a complex natural balance. Over the past few decades, this once rich resource has become depleted by overfishing and other human activities. Today, efforts are being made to restore healthy populations. Dam removals upstream and clam flat rehabilitation on the far side of Sears Island are among these efforts. Pretty cool, yeah?
What's the back?
The back? I don't think it says anything on the back, does it? Is that what you meant?
Back. Yeah, a bit.
Oh, the way up top? Okay, that is Castine. So if you're, what it's showing you, Teddy, good point that out, Teddy. Thank you. I did not actually pick that up on the sign. So if you look on the outside, what Teddy's pointing to is, like, he's asking like Castine. So if you look in the distance, that's what you're seeing. Castine, which was once the capital of French Acadia from 1670 to 1674. The sides, like over that way, honey, is North Alborough. And then old volcanoes, that's exciting. And if you look way in the distance, Teddy, you can actually see the island mountains of Mount Desert Island, part of Acadia National Park, way in the distance that way. And then over that way is Sears Island.
I'm going to be sneaky.
And then over that way is Searsport. You're going to be sneaky and do what, honey? Oh, we're actually getting hot standing here in the sun. It was actually, you don't realize that actually just over the bank and down there, not much of a breeze coming off the water, but enough of one that it's actually, I tell you, probably 7 degrees cooler, I think, down those steps than standing here in the sun. But I did want to get this interp sign for you guys to show you a little bit. It really is a really great interp sign. And I'm sure the more we go up and down the coast, the more we'll show you of this stuff. But we should go get hydrated in the car, Teddy, and get some snacks, huh? And move on to the next one. We took our spare clothes. Well, not me. I didn't have to change, but I had spare clothes for Teddy. So we went up to the restroom and changed up, and now he's having some snacks that we brought from home. And I don't know if this is going to come out on video, but just that little bit of time out in the sun and Sunny's head lately. Put your face up, honey. I want to show everybody your freckles popping out. Oh my gosh, they're adorable. Oh, and I don't know if the camera is showing it as adorable as it is to my eye, but oh, this mama is swooning right now. Okay, so he's all changed. I'm going to get in and run the air so I can cool down and grab myself a blueberry bar or some veggie straws or something for a snack. So did you like Moose Point State Park?
Yes.
What would you give it out of 10?
10 out of 10.
And would you recommend it to other 6-year-olds?
And 5-year-old.
And 5-year-olds. Okay. Thank you for that. I don't think I ever showed this because Teddy got playing with a friend that he made down there. But I did actually have Teddy come like sit on the steps, and then I ran back to the car to get my hat so I wouldn't burn my head. So I did come back and get my hat. And then when I went back down, I was going to film some more, but Teddy found this awesome little boy who's almost his age. He was 5.5, and they got playing, looking for crabs, playing with seaweed and the kelp and you name it. So, and I don't like to film when he's, you know, actually having fun social interactions.
Look at my tooth.
Oh, that's right. You guys were pretending you were finding whale teeth and shark teeth. Actually, it was just like small regular rocks, but they were both using their imaginations. That little boy had an awesome imagination as well. Did you catch his name, Teddy, when you introduced yourself? Do you remember what his name was?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't remember either. He was here with his grandmother, and I was having an awesome conversation with his grandmother, and Teddy was having an awesome time playing in the ocean with that little boy, and we really both do. Teddy and I were commenting on that when we were changing him up, is how nice it is to just have these random interactions of people you meet along your journeys, and just how fun it is to be nice to other people. I met this couple walking a dog and got talking about Lucy and how she likes the water, and it really is part of the adventure that I really like, is just the random encounters you have day in and day out with people. So I'm letting Teddy eat his snack a bit, and I'm going to pop into the GPS to see if we have time for one more spot before we have some errands we have to go do. We are at our next destination, which is Fort Point State Park. And it's a honor system cash pay here, which I guess if you had the Maine State Parks pass, you wouldn't have to worry about it too much. Nice echinacea here. Some bees enjoying the echinacea. Or a purple coneflower would be the other name of it. And we were lucky because I did happen to have cash. And for me, it's $3. For Teddy, it's 1, so it equals 4. So I did have 4 ones, and then all I had was a 20. So Teddy's like, well, what happens if you pay them too much? And I was explaining to him that no, there would be no cash back, so it would have to be given a nice donation to the state of Maine. So, oh, wait a minute, though. I paid using Maine residency. I will be honest with that. So if it was non-resident, it would be $1 more than what I had. But I am going to say that I'm technically a Maine resident, even though I haven't had my license changed in the past week. So I'll be honest, I did pay under Maine residency. But anyway, moving forward. So we have parked by the lighthouse. Teddy is going to do a little video for his channel. Don't have a lot of juice on the GoPro today, so that's why he hasn't been filming up until now. But he's going to try it out. He's got Chip in his shirt with him, his new little baby boy, Chip. And I did remind him to put a hat on. So let's come over and read the sign. We should have bought a passport book at the last state parks. This is our 3rd state park in a week. And it's really a shame that somebody has left trash there. Really, I understand if you needed to crate your dog, but you could have took care of the box, please. Anyway, they do have these passport stations around where you can, okay, that's fine. I'll just show you what it looks like, and we'll have to buy. They're only like $1 to buy. Oh, wow. Look at all the bugs, Teddy. A dangerous place to get your passport stamped. And the stamp, but it's kind of like what I do for NPS and other state parks, and other states do it too. So we'll eventually get Teddy's book. Really should have bought it the last one. Okay, had to kind of get him set with the GoPro. He thought he had accidentally flipped it, I think. Can you wait for me, honey? I'll catch up in a minute. I gotta lock this box back up. But anyway, yes, so Maine State Parks do have a nice passport book. I really wish I had grabbed one at the last state park, but I'll definitely have to grab one soon. Metal detectors are not allowed in the park. Smoke-free area. No fireworks, no drones. It shows you. They do have some little hiking trails around here too. And I don't think we'll be doing those today, although a nice breeze has come up along the water. So it's like probably really hot in the rest of the state, and actually probably really nice right here right now, even to hike. So, all right, Teddy, are you ready to take the little walk down by the lighthouse? He's so cute when he films. He's got Chip in his front of his shirt. See, Teddy, you designed your own baby backpack, didn't you? Turn around, I want to show everybody. I want to show everybody how you got Chip and how you're giving him a nice hike.
I'm giving you a nice hike, Chip.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, the ocean breeze is beautiful. Go ahead, Teddy, keep doing what you're doing, honey. You're doing great. I was just filming you. I know, but the ocean breeze feels beautiful. My parents are probably roasting back home in Corinna. Trying to get a little bit of a pan before the breeze really gusts here. It's just a tiny little lighthouse, but it's adorable. So, the lighthouse is privately owned. They don't do tours of this one. But nice benches, nice picnic tables, and look at him go. Look at him go filming on his GoPro. I know we didn't know the battery was low till we got down here, so That was my fault. We're still kind of playing with equipment and learning. So I wanted to put a little bit of a side note in here that Teddy and I, for homeschool, Teddy does some self-readers, and then we also do chapter books together as a mom and son reading together. And right now we're reading a chapter book actually by a Maine author about, it's kind of a mystery series about lighthouses and stuff, and all set here in Maine. So this was really one of the inspirations behind our field trip here today, was for him to kind of get some visuals of some Maine lighthouses. And I'd like to eventually, if we can, before winter sets in, or before we head to another destination, another state, is have him see like the majority of the lighthouses that are drivable, maybe not all the ones offshore and stuff, but just kind of neat that it kind of fit this stuff in with chapter books that we're reading. Fort Pownell. Erected and named by General Thomas Pownell, 1759. General Samuel Waldo, for whom Waldo County was named, was buried here. Removed to King's Chapel, Boston. Erected by John Cochrane Chapter, Daughters of the American Revolution, 1916. So I think I have been here before. So is this old? See, I didn't really read many signs up front to see if there was any, but is this earthworks? Fort Pownell? Huh, interesting. Hi, Teddy. So Teddy thought that structure at first was the lighthouse, and it's not. But wow, up on this hill, Teddy, there's a nice view. Yeah, we could go. We can't get real close though, honey, because it is privately owned. But we can kind of take a walk. We can't get real close, honey. Wow, what a beautiful spot for a picnic. And right now in that shade with this breeze, that is nice. I don't really know what exactly. Maybe there's something on it that says what that building's for. You picking clover? He loves to pick clover. A crabapple off a crabapple tree. Right. Good job.
Do you think we could leave it?
Yeah, probably leaving it's a good idea. And watch where you're aiming, honey. There you go. Let me come read if it says. Fog bell tower, Teddy. No, we can't go up in it. But we can admire it from the outside. That's really cool. It's a fog bell tower. So there is some nice little interp here. This bell tower is only one, a few remaining today. It was built in 1890 as a fog signal to warn ships entering the Penobscot River. Fascinating. So now it's saying the Coast Guard maintains the light and the fog signal. That's pretty common in Maine now, that they're manned by the Coast Guard.
Zoom in.
You don't need to zoom in, honey. It will look good. Did you catch her? The bell? The fog bell? This is really cool too, Teddy. Did you see the bell here on the front? Nice. That is cool. Look right up in it. So, from the fog bell, I'm going to show you the boat going by. There's like a breaker out there, and a good look at the lighthouse. So, zoomed in. I apologize, it's really windy. We're just enjoying the breeze under this tree. I had to take his hat off though, because his bucket hat is really light and it was going to fly off his head when he was trying to film. But wow, this was enjoyable. Don't know that we'll hike here, the little bit that you can hike. We just mainly wanted to see the lighthouse. But we've had a pretty fun-packed day, huh? And learning. So you can't get really close to it, but you certainly can admire it. And I should have had snacks here. This was a nice picnic spot, and the grounds look beautiful to walk. So Yeah, certainly worth the entry fee, whether you're resident or non-resident. This was nice. Best way to teach is I kind of give him some tips and then let him just go at it.
Oh, this is low and it's like up by the hill.
So that's where we were sitting over there. This is the back side of the lighthouse. We're going to take this bridge back across here. It kind of goes through the earthworks of the fort. How cool, Teddy. You're going through, I believe, Teddy, earthworks of a fort, honey. Wow, Teddy, look, honey. This used to be an old fort. I think there's a better sign up here. Look. An old stone fort. Oh, yeah. Look at you down in it, Bob. Look at you and Chip go. I'm going to come over here and read the sign. See, this is why it's good sometimes to really kind of walk around and take a peek, because I'm like, yeah, I've heard of Fort Pownell, but here's a good interp sign. Now we're talking. So, Fort Pownell, 1759 to 1775. That's what it kind of looked like back in the day. See, you are here. So it's a typical star fort. Teddy's now making his way around. See, I wish too they had a little something on the sign up there, but if I had read the map better, I'll admit to that. That was probably my error. Teddy was in a hurry to get going, so I didn't really read the map and the way the sun was glaring on it. I'm not going to read everything verbatim, but just to give you a little bit of interp here. In 1759, Massachusetts, because Maine used to be part of Massachusetts. There's your history trivia for the day if you did not know that about U.S. history or Maine history. Maine used to be part of Massachusetts. In 1759, Massachusetts Governor Thomas Pownell sought to plug the mouths of Maine's key rivers so as to keep the French and Indians well inland. In January 1758, he wrote to William Pitt, Prime Minister of England, about the advantages of this site, then called Aquahasadic landing place. Oh, wait a minute, Teddy. Let me slowly pan around to you. Are you invading? Mm-hmm. You are? And I'll give another reminder just in case I split these videos up a little bit. I had given a reminder at the other state park. Do a tick check. If I had known he was going to be crawling through stuff, I would have sprayed him down, but check yourself and your family afterwards and do a tick check. He's making his way around. But yeah, there's a lot more besides just lime or alpha-gal like I have. There's a few other things that you can get from those nasty ticks. But anyway, here's a little look at the sign. You could always, I would say pause the screen, but it's probably not. Might be hard to read unless you're on like a computer screen or something. But I always say I'm not out to give like a tourist travel channel video or a documentary. A lot of my vlogs are family-friendly adventures, just taking you along as we discover it, inviting you to come discover these places by yourself or with the ohana that you travel with or the kids that you travel with, and take time to educate yourself and educate the ohana that you travel with. So yeah, a lot of times you'll find me doing that of, oops, I didn't read the map, or oops, what's this? And that's because that's just reality. This is fascinating to watch, his mind at work, and he doesn't want to dump Chip out of his shirt. Doing a great job, Teddy. Good job using that noggin. You did good. You didn't even dump Chip out of your shirt. You're such a good daddy, huh? Good pretend daddy. He wants to go around again. He's having a blast now. Funny, I have to check his footage. I don't think he was really into filming today. He said he wanted to, but then it was kind of no. And that's great. That's how I roll with him. If he wants to film, absolutely. And I'll give him tips and whatever. And if he's not really into it, I let him know that that is perfectly okay too. You know, the main goal here for us as homeschoolers and just as a mom and son, out having fun, out seeing what we can learn, out getting fresh air and exercise and natural vitamin D. So if he likes filming, great. If he's not into it on that day, yeah, there's always the next time. We roll with the flow. We're like Crush. Look at you go. You haven't dumped Chip yet either. What a good pretend daddy you're being. He has seen a lot of other kids on playgrounds lately with pretend babies, as they're all calling it. So he had to have one. And I'm like, yeah. I love that he keeps like role playing like what I was like with him as a baby. And I did carry him in a front pack like a lot of moms carry their babies hiking. So that is how the idea derived of he would carry Chip that way. But it's great, you know, he keeps, like, he'll remind me, we can't leave Chip in the hot car. We have to buckle Chip. We have to feed Chip. Chip needs a nap. It has become educational and life skill training. I love it. You're hiking the trail? That's good. Kind of going by here, but I wanted to give you, especially those of you who don't live in an area where that is jewelweed. And it is a good natural remedy for poison ivy. And usually it's pretty peppered with a lot more orange blossoms, but just in case you wanted to know, that is jewelweed, natural remedy for poison ivy. So we'll get to that closer in a minute. We were actually driving off and I saw a sign that said pier, and Teddy's like, yes, please. So we're gonna continue the adventure. But since I already filmed the closer, just stay tuned for it. I don't know, Teddy. Let's go see. I don't know if it meant that trail there or this trail. So we'll go adventuring and take a peek and see. We're giggling because I just stepped off the trail a ways because Teddy had to use a bush. Number one, so no big deal. Easy peasy, beautiful breezy when you have a boy. But a little ways down the trail more, you can see them. Good old-fashioned Maine outhouses up there. So if I had just been patient, again, if I had read the map, I probably would have known. But same thing, when you have a boy, kind of easy, just step off somewhere, use a bush. So there was a couple of picnic tables coming down along this path too. And oh, my boy has found grass. Oh, look at the nice birch trees. Oh, he's just living his best life. Oh, it's closed for repair. Oh, we can't go out on the pier. That's okay. Boy, you look comfy. Yeah, you gonna do grass angels? No, just rest. Look at you living your best life. I'm gonna come up behind you and get a picture overlooking the pier. That is adorable. Look at you, Teddy. You could camp here? If you'd like to do some camping, sweetie, we can do that. I don't know about Lucy in a tent, but hey, she's got to learn sometime, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you can maybe get a cheap tent while it's still good camping season here. So anyway, I'm going to take you down and show you the pier. But yeah, you can't go out on it right now. It is closed, but beautiful sight nonetheless. Oh, as I get close to the water, I'm once again wishing you guys had smell-o-vision. Oh, I don't know. Must be just that I did grow up in Maine, and even though I didn't grow up on the coast like Mark did, just the smell of salt air every time gets gigantic goosies just going in my heart. Side note that has nothing to do with the rest of this. I know I look funny to me because I'm not used to shorter hair, and I've had really short hair now for a few weeks. And when I put a hat on, I really don't like the short hair. I might kind of maybe keep my bangs or something, but grow it out maybe a smidgen. But Teddy, do you smell the salt air, honey? It is closed for repairs, but I wanted to give everybody a closer look. Some gorgeous views. So by the looks of things, I was right when we were at our first stop, and the tide had been high and was going out. Yeah, nice spruce, nice birch, views. I can make out Acadia and the MDI stuff over there in the distance. There's nothing better than this favorite spot. You know, I love that my child has such a positive attitude. He's always saying he's going to have his best day, living his best life. This is his favorite spot. I love that he is so positive and upbeat and such a happy boy. And I could take a million pictures of him. I probably do. So that was pretty good. That was like a BOGO, because for some reason I just didn't do a lot of research this morning. And I had forgotten that this fort was here. I just saw the lighthouse and I was like, oh, Teddy, we should go see a lighthouse so that you have, you know, a visual to put with the book that we're reading. And he was like, yeah, but it's like a BOGO. So I think we're going to wrap this up. I think I have okay amount of footage that I could have put all 3 stops into one and then our lunch separately. But if it ended up being 2 parts, please look back for the first part. But this was awesome. Nice little day down on the Maine coast exploring some of our state parks and a fun roadside attraction as well. Peace and love, gang. Keep adventuring. Have a super blessed day, and we will see you on that next one.